The Joker. Joaquin Phoenix plays the Joker in the movie. Best comic book movie I could say has ever been made. Basically, if you were to take the origin story of the Joker and tell that story with the style and the storytelling and the cinematography of top-notch like movies, classic films like The King of Comedy, Taxi Driver. I think there was even a little Network sprinkled in there, but just like quality films from the era of this movie when it takes place, Joker. It seems like it takes place in kind of the maybe late 70s, early 80s, maybe. I don't know exactly the time frame of this, but it's the origin story of Joker, and like every scene of this movie is gorgeous. And the performances all add to the beauty of this film. So much of it is tight too. So much of it is like centered right in the center of the screen. I don't know if that broke away, but through a lot of this movie, like everything is just kind of all focused on the center of the screen, where you see Joker kind of always in the center of things. I don't know, like throughout the film that may change, but it's just one of those things style-wise that I don't know, just adds to the overall beauty of the film. And it's not just a beautifully shot film, but it's a dangerous film. Going into it, I tried to avoid spoilers, but of course, like everything else, there's outrage. There's always outrage over something. And of course, this one's no different. It comes out, and it's a very sympathetic villain in this movie. I mean, it's from the performance of Joaquin Phoenix playing this guy who clearly has issues, grew up in a hard life, poor, trying to kind of make his way in the city with this, he has a mental disability, and just how the city and how the culture just chews him up and spits him out. And we follow him on kind of his rise and how he almost, in an attempt to be a good person, trying to stop 3 Wall Street type kids from sexually harassing a woman, he ends up killing them. And this is like people that are complaining about this movie clearly haven't watched like any action movie ever made. Like if you watch action movies, watch the newest Rambo movie. Just gory violence, really horrible writing. Not in the Rambo movie, but most action movies, guns are like portrayed as these things that just if a regular human were to get his hands on a gun, they would immediately become John Wick. I mean, even the movie John Wick has like just over the top violence. So it's like anybody, just this one, the violence is pointed in a way where it's really making a message about that is very relatable to today, where it's the lower class, the lower income, the poor people of this country, which I am one of. It's very expensive to be poor, and very difficult to be poor. Like it doesn't take much, like a certain amount of income to where life is manageable. But when you're below that manageable income level, it's very difficult. And the things that are happening in our culture, and the things that are the people who are in charge, the businesses and corporations that profit off of the loss of humans, it seems like we're in a tipping point very similar to, what was going on in the 70s in a lot of ways. Equal rights is a big part of what's going on. Like there's an overall clarity, like just people are calling out bullshit more than ever. But in that, there's also the outrage, kind of recreational outrage, which, I enjoy. This is a powerful movie, a powerful film, a dangerous film, a beautiful film. It's like if this movie wasn't done in such with such craft and such quality, then the message, then it would end up being like what's that franchise where everybody's just shooting everybody? The like One Day a Week, the Purge. Like then it would just be like the Purge. Like nobody's outraged over the Purge, even though it tackles similar themes about just income inequality and how a lot of what a lot of the problems we have as a society is the fact that there's a lot of poor people here who don't have the ability to dig themselves out of a hole that poverty is. And then there's the ultra wealthy billionaires that could never in a million years attempt to comprehend what life would be like as somebody who is poor. Like they live in such a completely different universe than most humans do. Even the middle class, like the middle class of this country is basically a step above poor. Like a paycheck away, illness in the family away from being, starting from negative 3 billion. It's a very we're playing a game that's incredibly stacked against us. It's like we're playing Monopoly, but the other guys change the rules whenever they want. They control every aspect of the games and the money, and you can't even roll your own dice. You're just sitting at the table and just kind of allowing these people to play the game of Monopoly for you. And it's very difficult to even get a chance to roll your own dice. And this movie takes that on. It really, it's so crazy. Like, by far the best comic book movie. It blows away the Nolan Batman movies, which I think before this, were kind of an example of what you could do with a comic book movie, a superhero movie. And then this one transcends that because it's I mean, there's classic films, just beautiful films that this movie is clearly was inspired by, and done in a quality that is at the level of those films, but done in a more modern time of technology. Like, it's just, everything is just a little bit tighter than those films. The writing is a little bit tighter. The performance is amazing. The cinematography is amazing. The story is amazing. The fact that it is controversial, the fact that it's really bringing to light a lot of current social issues is like one of the sole purposes of making art is to challenge people's perceptions. Just like comedy is made to elicit a specific response in a crowd to laugh, and by not agreeing with things that they would laugh with. It's all it's all about making you see the other side of just from a slightly different perspective. Take a moment and just view this situation from a different set of eyes. Because a lot of people don't even consider other perspectives. It's just what they know, what they've listened to, the propaganda that they want to regurgitate, and that's it. I don't know. This is a great movie. I loved it so much. I'm going to go see it again tomorrow, which this episode comes out tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to seeing it again. It's just amazing. It is amazing. One of the best movies I've seen, not only this year, but just one of the best movies I've seen. Joker. Go watch it. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Go buy my artwork over at inspireddisorder.com and save 25% when you use coupon code RTS. Follow me on social media at Ray Taylor. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!